How's it going, guys? And welcome back to another edition of the Kick Report. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Nike KD 15, KD's 15th installment of his signature line. And me personally, I love these. These came out way back in June of 2022, retailing at $150. I was able to cop a pair of these and actually two pairs, and I use these as like my season shoe. So I'm truly in love with them. But let me tell you why. Let's hop into this cushion setup. So the KD 15s here are going to offer a full-length Cushline unit as well as a full-length Strobel unit. And we're familiar with Cushline from like the A1s and then the Sabrina 2s, Sabrina 3s. They all have that Cushline in there. And then the full-length Strobel unit, which is kind of like KD's signature. He kind of has that throughout all his shoes. So they come together and culminate very nicely. This is probably one of the best cushion setups I've ever played in. My only concern is that at times it does compromise the rigidity of the shoe. I felt that sometimes I was at risk for rollover. Not quite like my foot was gonna fly out the footbed, but it was just something to note. But the side plastic plate helps with that. So overall, I'm extremely pleased. You're gonna feel that Cushline setup in every shoe, and as you see, like the dark purple and white colorway that I have, that one it took a little bit to break that model in, and I'm not too sure why. I just feel like some colorways are better at breaking in than others. I'm sure it's because of the materials and the KDs have just about every material known to man on them, but that's something to note as well. I noticed that then like the Nike by You colorways, or whatever you order it through Nike and you personalize that and you customize it, it comes out a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. It feels better too. My favorite hoop shoes of all time that I've had multiple pairs of, like the PG3s, I had a team colorway, and then I had a Nike by You colorway, and the Nike by You colorway like outperformed the regular PG3 colorway by far, even though they're the same materials. So that's something to note as well. But overall, I'm extremely pleased with this cushion setup. I give it a 9.7 out of 10. So let's talk about the traction. Personally, I didn't mind it at all. I actually really liked it. It was perfect. Not one complaint. Nothing went wrong. 10 out of 10. Nah, I'm playing. But as you guys saw earlier, I did have a little bit of an incident of a slip out. But don't let that skew your opinion on the traction too much. I actually got really good use out of this traction. It's just that when it gets slippery, it's really slippery. So I say maybe about 2 offensive plays, 2 defensive plays, or whenever you get a stoppage in play, just wipe the shoe down and you'll be good, especially if you're on a dusty court. These wouldn't be my first go-tos if I wasn't on dusty court, but I wouldn't be mad about wearing them. Overall, I like them, but as you see, there is some peeling right near the shank plate. A little bit concerning. That shank plate's going to add some rigidity, but that traction almost is like coming up now, and I can feel it when I play. When I do a lateral shift, I can feel it kind of lifting a little bit. So that's something to look out for. And looking at this as I'm kind of recording this, it really looks like the Kobe 9's traction. If you guys remember way back when, it might be before some of your guys' time, but it looks like that heat seeker, like that foot pattern, almost like that type of pattern on the bottom of the shoe. And I think it's really cool. I think it's really done well. Across both of the colorways, similar grip. It's just the main difference is the feel of the shoes. But I think this is going to take some more breaking in. But overall, yeah, I'd give this traction I'd say an 8.7 out of 10. So let's slide on over into the materials of the shoe. So as you know, the KDs coming in at 150, they are like Nike signature line up there with like the LeBrons and the GT Cut 3s and such. So you're gonna get premium materials here. Like the upper has like this fabric and it's super comfortable. I know the tongue is recognizable from the KD 15 Pearl colorway, and I love it. It feels great. It has great lockdown, great plush material. The heel lock is great in this. It's padded around the top, so you feel that kind of softness all throughout the shoe. It's not like soft to hard or nothing like that. And then obviously like the cushion setup is top tier. The one thing that's different is the laces on the What the KDs. I know I'm kind of reviewing a shoe, and if you don't know what the KDs are, let me clear that up for you. The What the blank. It'll be like that for every type of signature line. The Weta is basically a culmination of all the shoes put into one shoe. So you'll get the tongue from the pearls, you'll get the upper from a different colorway of the KDs, the lower, like the traction and the midsole, you'll get that from a different color. So it's just every shoe or every colorway put into one. But I think they did a good job here, and especially even with the team colorway, the purple one that I have. Top tier materials. The lockdown is great. Just the entire feeling of the shoe, it truly feels like a luxury high-end shoe. So now that I told you all about how the shoe performs, I want to talk about like who's wearing the shoe other than KD, obviously. So shout out to Kickstats, and I'll throw the link to their website down below. But they basically take every shoe and then they see, like, they log who's wearing it and how much they're wearing it. So they had the KD 15s logged at 899 minutes. That seems a little low. Honestly, if I had to guess, it would be because when you're playing on an NBA court, the court is so good that you don't really have to worry about traction. The KD 15s excel at traction, so I think they could go with some different shoes for that there. And plus, not that many people wear like the KD line. Like even now, I think only like Chet and a couple other players wear the new KDs. So yeah, don't worry, it's not that the shoe's bad or anything. But yeah, so guys like Cam Johnson, Anthony Simons, Jaden McDaniels, Jalen McDaniels, and Jalen Duren, they're all wearing it. So it's definitely a well documented shoe, a well worn shoe. But yeah, overall, I'd have to give the shoe probably like a 9.2 out of 10. That would be my personal rating for it. I wore these for my season, I think the 2023-2024 season, and I loved them. I wore them all, I saved maybe for about 7 months of like everyday use, and that's not good for your feet. My recommendation is you're replacing your hoop shoes if you're hooping consistently, probably about around the 3-month mark. I know it seems really soon, but there is some breakdown, and it honestly depends on the shoe as well. Depends on how the shoe is made, but you shouldn't be hooping in one pair of shoes the entire year. But that's my opinion. I'm not a doctor, so I'd consult your doctor if you're having foot problems. But yeah, I give it the 9.2 out of 10. It does lack some court feel, so if you're like a shifty guard who loves the feeling of the court, I'd personally just stay away. You know, it's still a great shoe. It's super comfortable, but it's not gonna have the court feel that you want. I don't want you guys to be disappointed. But again, they're super comfortable, so that's on the plus side. If you could wear them if you're a big or maybe a forward. I think that's where the shoe excels if you're like the forward type. I guess if you're like KD, but yeah. So that's where that's why I stand on it. Before I let you guys go, honestly, the best colorway has to be the Aunt Pearl. Yeah. Get mad at me for not picking something more unique, but the Aunt Pearls are just so clean every year in and year out. There's only been like 1 or 2 that have missed, but they do that shoe every well. Like not even I think it's the LeBron 22s or something like that. They came out with the pink colorway. Not even that's as good as the Aunt Pearl colorway. So, but yeah, you know, as I was filming this video, it kind of brought me to the realization that, you know, maybe it's about that time to retire the Weta KD colorway. You know, man, I was like slipping a little bit, and as you saw, I really slipped. And they are still comfortable though. They just broke in so nice that they're just comfortable now. But I also noticed that this purple colorway, I actually got it from Ross, you know, and I'm not loving it as much as I thought I would. The purple colorway, like the insole is like coming up in the back, so it really like it hurts to plant my heel in the right shoe. And that's the thing, you'll find some shoes at Ross like that, and they'll be there simply because there's something wrong with them. Or they're like Nike will do like their returns, like when people return it and they refurbish the shoe, you can get shoes at Ross like that. So that's something to stay aware of. I'll let you guys know in the next copper drop video. But yeah, I truly have fun filming this one. It was kind of a blast to the past. Maybe you want to pick up a pair of Aunt Pearls, but I'm not paying $3,000 for them, so deal with it. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I truly appreciate you all for tuning in. We're closing in on 50 subscribers, and I know it might not seem like a lot to other people, but to me, it means the most. It means I should keep going and keep doing this. So I truly appreciate you guys. You all take care. Be sure to let me know what you think about the shoe. Do you have a pair of KD 15s? Have you always wanted a pair? You can still get them online for relatively cheap. So yeah, feel free to let me know what you guys think down there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. This has been the Kick Report.